Hello and welcome to Transition to Entrepreneurship. My name's Ace. Happy to have you. On this episode, I'm going to expand on one of my recent shorts where I talked about one of the reasons why sometimes spouses are not on board with entrepreneurial dreams. And I wanted to expand a little bit more on the topic around risk appetite and risk tolerances. For those of you that are new to my channel, I own a bank and credit union consulting firm. And within that practice, I help banks and credit unions with their strategic planning. I help them with audit and risk management. One of the things that I do is I audit as well as help them with underwriting their business loans. And so over the years, I've developed a sense for what are some of the things that make businesses successful and what are some of the things that make businesses fail. And also, one of the things that's important to me is not just earning money, but making sure that individuals have a holistic life, meaning you're healthy, your mental health is well, and also you're being able to be good to your family. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting the holistic entrepreneur here at this channel. All right. And so one of the things that can happen sometimes, especially between spouses, is you can have one individual that has an idea, a dream that they've had on their heart for a long time, and they present it to their spouse, and their spouse might not be as excited as the person who's presenting their idea. And you can immediately go to thinking that it has a lot to do with them not supporting you. But what it really may have a lot to do with is that your spouse may have grown up in a different economic situation than you, meaning they may have gone without lights, food, a good Christmas in a way that maybe you haven't. And over the years, they've worked very hard to independently make themselves very self-sufficient because maybe they don't have a safety net in a mom and dad the way that other people have. And they've always had to rely on themselves. And the sense of a very strong 9 to 5 reduces their stress and just makes them feel good. And here you go, having this big old dream where you want to be an entrepreneur. I totally get it. So let's just work through this. All right. What is risk appetite? A risk appetite is the amount of risk you're willing to accept in pursuit of your goals. Let me say that again. Your risk appetite is the amount of risk you're willing to accept in pursuit of your goals. All right. And so, for example, if I was to ask you this question, would you fight Mike Tyson if I gave you $10 million? Would you fight him? Okay. And you'll say yes or no. All right. If I said, you know what if I gave you $3 million, tied one hand behind his back, and you only had to fight him for 2 rounds, would you accept that? Basically, each one of us has this point inside of us where we're willing to accept or not accept the particular risk. That's your risk appetite. So here's just the tip for this video. Instead of perceiving that your spouse's apprehension is about the confidence or lack of confidence that they have in you, perhaps maybe the thing could be that you just explain to them why you are going to be successful and the things that you're going to do to reduce the risk of not being successful in that particular endeavor. That's one. Also, number 2, one of the things you should do is this. Ask your spouse, hey, I have this job. I'm thinking about going on my own, but I don't have to do it right now. How much money would we need to have in the bank as a rainy day nest egg for you to feel comfortable in me going out on my own? And let's just say that number is, for kicks and giggles, because it actually should be a certain percentage of maybe 6 to 9 months worth of your household expenses. Okay. And let's just say that number is $30,000. All right. You say to your spouse, hey, and this is in cash, not in a line of credit. All right. Hey, what if I had $25,000 in the bank when I decide to start this, and I commit to you that I'll maintain and grow that 25 over time. But at any point in time when we gotta go below the 25,000, either because business isn't going the way I thought it would, or things are changing in my business and I'm needing that 25 for some kind of cash flow, you and I are going to have a conversation. And then, spouse, hey, if we get to 15,000, I'm going to come to you and say, hey, maybe this business isn't going as well as I thought, and we're bumping up against our savings and what I committed to do. I'm going to continue this, but I'm also going to start talking with some recruiters. Spouse, can we agree on that? Meaning I'm going to keep the 25. And if we get to 15, I'm going to look at potentially slowing down this business because it isn't going as I expected. Would that reduce some of your anxiety? And what I've found in my experience, just knowing people and just talking with other entrepreneurs, that's a good way to give your spouse a game plan and in some ways a roadmap of how this business can be successful and when we're going to stop if it's not successful. Okay. Transitioning to entrepreneurship isn't just about the business. It's about your lifestyle. And it's also about maintaining healthy relationships with yourself and your family. And sometimes with a little bit more planning and a little bit more open discussions, you can eliminate a lot of heartache. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Stay tuned for our next video on T2E. Have a great day.